to the Woven Almanac Crafty podcast channel. If you're new, I'll give you a super quick intro. Just before that though, this is episode 25. I have made notes. My name is Dawn. I'm originally from Manchester, which is the northwest of England. And for over 20 years, I've been living in the Netherlands, not far from the border of Amsterdam. And I live here with my partner Lawrence, who's from South Africa, and our sons Joshua and William, and our little furry dog Jack, who's a Parsons Terrier. So that's a little bit about me. I do have another channel here on YouTube. I put together, I film daily, I vlog, and then I put together a weekly vlog every Sunday morning. So if you want to head on over, get to know me a little bit more, that's Dawn's Days. And everything I speak about, I'll put in the description box below, either a sentence or a link where possible, and so forth. And if you want to say hello in the comments, please do so. So yes, you can find me a vlog channel on YouTube, Dawn's Days. You can find me on Instagram with at Dawn's Days, and I host a very small and very, very quiet Facebook community. At the moment it's Crafty World 1. I've really neglected that. If anybody's interested in being a moderator and trying to sort of rally the group up in Crafty World 1, please let me know. It's such a shame because it's a nice way, especially for the podcast, it's a nice way for you guys to actually post pictures and share with us what you've been doing instead of me just talking at the camera and showing what I've been doing. So let me know if anybody feels they've got the time and wants to, you know, put some effort into getting that going again. And so my format for a podcast is actually, I didn't even wish you Happy New Year. How rude. Happy New Year. It's 2025. It's the first podcast episode of the new year. So I hope you're all well. I'm going to tell you in a while what I've been up to. So my format is I start off with a little life update, what I've been doing since the last podcast, because not everybody watches the vlog channel. And then I just go through the different crafts that I've been working on. In today's episode, we've got some crochet, a little bit of knitting, some sewing. I've got some lovely incoming because, you know, since the last film we had Christmas. And I'm going to tell you about some exciting plans that I've got coming up. So, and there'll be timestamps. So if a particular craft isn't for you, so if you're not into crochet, you can hit the timestamp in the description box and fast forward to whatever you want, or you know, rewind as you can choose. You can peruse for yourself. So what have I been up to since my last podcast, which was episode 24? I filmed that at the end of November, and I did intend to film in December, but a lot happened. And I'm going to give you a condensed version of everything that went on. But firstly, I spoke about this in my vlog. It's not a New Year's resolution because I can't keep them, but a promise I made to myself for 2025 is to drink more water. So I've invested in this. It's not a real Stanley cup, it's a dupe. It's a very good one that I got off Amazon, and it's just got tap water in it. And that's what I'm drinking today, and it's lovely. So what have I been up to? December was a roller coaster. As I said, condensed version. We had our washing machine broke just as it turned really cold, and and the boys were still sporting. Both of them play football, and Lawrence plays field hockey. We had a repairman out, couldn't repair it, so you know, in December we had the expense of a new washing machine, and we didn't go for a cheap one because the engineer advised us to get either a Siemens or a Bosch. I think we ended up with a Siemens. Actually, it's a very good machine, quite happy with it. Then what happened? We had one day of freakishly cold weather here, and we had ice, black ice, and because of the weather, Lawrence decided to drive William, our youngest, to college, and a car hit them. They were fine, nobody was injured. our car didn't bear the brunt of it. He first hit another car and then ricocheted and hit our car. So that was, you know, an inconvenience, but his insurance has covered the repairs. It's currently in the garage as I'm filming. And then a week later, the gearbox on that car broke, and it was nothing to do with the accident. So I think that was another 1,200 for a new gearbox. I was hoping that they would write the car off, but anyway, they didn't. So we're in December, and I was very excited because I was filming Vlogmas. And I think I did manage to film every day until I had a couple of days off. I'll tell you why in a moment. And then it kind of cut short. So Vlogmas, not long in the beginning of Vlogmas, my cat Daxter sadly became very sick, and another major expense, back and forth to the vets. He was on death's door, then he rallied. Nobody knew what was wrong with him. He had a battery of tests and examination. Nothing could be found with him. He rallied. He was really, really doing well. I actually found a little video on my phone of his first time out of the house after he'd had a 2-day stint in and out of the vets. And he looks perfectly healthy. It's a picture of health. So anyway, then he plummeted, went really sick again, very, very bad, low iron, and sadly we had to put him to sleep. So that's why I had a little break, because, you know, we were all just absolutely heartbroken. Anyway, it is what it is. We still miss him. We have his ashes have come back. We're still figuring out what to do with him. And I had a little paw print made. So again, they're in my cupboard, which is behind me in the lounge. And then, so that was horrible. And then we were looking forward to my mum and my sister was coming for Christmas. So we thought, okay, at least, you know, something nice to look forward to. And what do you know, my mum arrived with flu. And then by Christmas morning, I was really sick, my sister was really sick, and William was really sick, and my mum was still sick. So Christmas and New Year was just horrible. I spent the entire time in pyjamas. I did manage, you know, a Christmas dinner with the turkey and everything, and I managed to cobble something together for Boxing Day, but for the rest it was a lot of sleeping, a lot of coughing, and just generally feeling very poorly. And I'm still kind of, I've got the remnants of it, but I hear all these different viruses that are going around at the moment, you can be sick for up to, you know, 4 or 5 weeks with it. So anyway, and then this week I went back to work. So I think I've brought you up to date. I'm up to speed. If you are interested, I'll try and remember to put a link to Vlogmas, because it was going quite well, apart from, you know, what happened with my cat and then getting sick. So I'll put a link to that anyway, see if you want to join. So today, as I said, we've got some crochet, knitting, a kind of sewing, but there's a reason why I'm going to show it you. And I've got some lovely incoming, as I said. So let's begin with, let's do some crochet. So I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last podcast, or it was something, I think it was something, just a spur of the moment thing I decided to do for Christmas, because I really wanted to watch Vlogmas and I was struggling to concentrate on patterns. So I just cast on, called the Midwife blanket, and it was special, Starcraft Special DK that I already had in stash. I think it's called Parchment, I think. And I've remembered the pattern now, so I thought, well, I'll just show you how far I've got. I mean, is it great wool? Not really. This is a bit splitty as well, but it's fine. Sorry, I'm unraveling it. But yeah, I think, you know, I did quite a fair bit on it. I actually had to frog it because I'd got up to here and realised I'd gone wrong. But it's such a simple pattern. And I'm just going to keep going. I think I've got another, this is the second ball. I think I've got another 2 or 3 of the parchment, so I'll just keep going. And then I am going to do a border around it, so it will be a bit wider. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. And as I said, it's just stuck in my memory now. And because it's so easy to follow, you can tell where you're up to just by looking at it, because they're like these boxes. So yeah, that was a good idea, having like a mindless kind of project. I did speak about this on in the vlog. If you're new to crochet and you fancy doing a blanket, can't recommend this enough. I would actually go online and do like a make as you go tutorial on YouTube. I think the crochet crowd do a crochet as you go called the midwife blanket, which is quite good. So yes, now in the last podcast, I shared some books with you, and one of them, I've written it down, was the Christmas crochet book Patterns in Amigurumi, and I really liked it. So I decided to cast on and make a little Christmas doll. I did a couple of modifications. So the skirt isn't quite the original, and the collar is also not quite the original. And she had little pixie ears, but I didn't like them. So she's just got little plaits and ribbons, and put this nice jingly bell on. Now you might notice that she's got a name. I don't know if you can read that, but she's called Jeanette. Because I did ask, I can't remember if it was in, I think it was during Vlogmas, I was showing everybody, did anybody have a suggestion for names? And Jeanette was very persistent. If you don't know, Jeanette's my lovely friend, who's also here on YouTube, Crafty Creations. And Jeanette was quite persistent that this doll should be named after her. So I had some cracking suggestions, but Jeanette won. And then her lovely husband, Tim, made a little name badge for her. So isn't she adorable? So of course, I couldn't, make Jeanette without making Tim. And that was, and then I felt, everything with Daxter, and then I wasn't well. So I haven't got as far with Tim, but Tim's got eyes. He's decent. So that's where we're up to with Tim. And Tim will have a little beard. His head looks a bit flat because he's been sat in a bag. And then he's got a little name badge as well. So I'm going to finish. I'm not going to wait till next Christmas. I'm going to get them finished and then put them away. But I absolutely love them. And that book, if you can get hold of it, I bought mine from Amazon, is really nice. The patterns are so well written. Anyway, he is living in this. It should kind of be an incoming, but it's not. Look at this lovely Christmas bag that I got from Jeanette as part of my Christmas present. Isn't it beautiful? It's got like little gold, not spots, but like egg shapes, and like music score lining. Absolutely stunning. And a boxy bottom and a notions pouch as well. So I had the little name tags in there. So that's where Tim is currently living in there. And I made them from stash. So it's a mixture between Scapers Katona, Elise Cotton Gold, and the Sustringrenner own brand cotton. Just whatever I had in stash. And I actually quite like, it's got like that vintage kind of vibe to it. It's not like really bright colours. So I thought I'd share that with you. It just makes me laugh. It's just such a cute little doll. And also that it's got this little badge, Jeanette, on it. It's so cute. And I think, oh yeah, that's everything. In the last episode, I've shown you as well an amigurumi crochet bunny that I'd made. And that was actually a Christmas gift for my sister Estelle. So she received that while she was here. Estelle has had bunnies most of her adult life. And she did used to have a lop-eared bunny many years ago. So that's safely living in England now with his new bunny mummy. And I have bought some more chenille. I've left it upstairs. I'm going to make a few more of them. I think they're great. Great pattern. So I think that's all the crochet. So I haven't got much to share on the knitting front. I didn't finish my Aria shawl. I didn't, I was in that whole funk, of, everything that was going on in December. But I'll just move my cup out the way. I did cast something on and I'm not sure about it, but I'll show you the pattern. It was a free download from Ravelry, and it's the Floriculture Cowl by Carly Page. So it's a very basic colourwork cowl, and it looks a great pattern. I can show you, super simple, and it's got a really easy chart with it. And the reason I do like a cowl, I haven't cast on the hat that I shared last time. I'm kind of on the fence about it, because I don't want to. When I was looking at the pattern, it was like I would only use a little bit of the of like the variegated coloured yarn. Do I want to break into a whole skein just to use a bit of it? Seems a bit wasteful when I might need the full 100 grams. Anyway, so if you remember from my birthday, my stepmom got me this West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. I haven't got the ball band, so I don't remember the colour. And I thought that'd look nice with just undyed yarn, and then this as the colour work. I thought that would look quite nice. However, I think I've got that many cables. I've got these Knit Pro Zings. I've got that many cables. I can't find a cable long enough. I think they're probably in a project bag. They're stashed all over the house. So I don't know if I don't actually know if it's going to be like big enough. So I can't fully stretch it out. And the next size cable up, I think it's a 80 centimetre. You know, I can't join it. So I don't know whether to dig around and see if I can find a proper size cable, or just order a new one. Or just carry on. I don't know. What do we think? I think it would be big enough. I mean, it's quite well bunched, and then if you look at it, it does stretch out quite a lot. Anyway, I'll see. But I have got quite a few knitted cowls, and I do wear them a lot. So I thought, let me just knit something that I like. I love colour work, and I love this yarn, and I'm not in the mood for doing socks at the moment. I'm still out of love with socks. So that's all I've done with the knitting, but I thought I'd show you anyway, and I can recommend that pattern. I'll put a link below to it. Now, I said I would show you something with sewing, but it kind of ties in with future plans. Who remembers this little sewing kit that I bought last year? I had cut out most of the pattern pieces and actually had stitched one of the ears. And so I got it out again the other day. I'll tell you why in a minute. And so now I've stitched 2 ears. I just need to pull them the right way round. And then I could whip it up in no time on the sewing machine, but I wanted to do some hand stitching. And then when I got to the legs, I realised, rookie mistake, no idea what I was thinking. Let me find, oh, there's his arms. Yeah, oh, I dropped it on the floor. But anyway, when I got to his legs, so there's one little leg, and then what did I do? Don't know how I've done this, but look, I forgot to do them. Luckily, I think I must have known that I'd made that mistake. There's a piece on the floor, because these pattern pieces are really tight, and I have got quite a little bit of the mohair left. Isn't that beautiful? So I must have realised my mistake. So I need to just sit and retrace the pattern piece out and concentrate a bit. But I'm showing it you because I do finish things, and I did buy another kit at the same time. Incidentally, the company stopped. They've closed down now, but I might find them again. I'll tell you. So, and I've got a little teddy bear as well to make from it. But the reason I'm telling you about that is actually, do you know what? I won't go into that now. I'll do incoming, and then I'll tell you about my plans, because it's quite exciting. Well, it is if you're a crafter. Incoming. As I mentioned, Jeanette sent me a fantastic Christmas package, and she added a birthday gift in for me. And when I went to Blacksheep yarn, Blacksheep wool, was it not last year, the year before, with Jeanette and Karen? I think it was. I'd seen this wool and I fell in love with it, and they didn't have it in stock. It was a blanket made up. So Jeanette's bought me this King Cole Yummy. Isn't it beautiful? It's like a chunky chenille, and with it is it's Yummy Baby Blanket by Blacksheep Helen, and there's the pattern for it. That'll take no time to whip that up. Isn't that lovely? So this is what the pattern looks like. It's like very Cath Kidston, you know, that kind of vibe. Beautiful. So I've been saving that, so now I'll show you. I can cast that on. But that wasn't all. I'm only going to show you one other thing because there was loads of stuff. But another thing, this is absolutely beautiful. It's the skein from Bird Street Yarn. How gorgeous is that? And it's called I'm the Gingerbread Man. It's 4-ply. It's 75% merino and 25% nylon. 100 gram, 425 meters. Isn't it beautiful? And I tell you what, it's so soft. It's so soft. I'm thinking I might just knit a pair of plain vanilla socks from it because I reckon it would work up beautifully. So yes, I've shown that. So thank you, Jeanette. Thanks for everything, all the goodies. You just spoilt me rotten. Normally Jeanette and I exchange an advent every year, but because last year I travelled a lot and I was so tired, and I said, oh, do you mind if we just do a prezi this year? And she's really good sport. And she said, completely fine. And when I watched Jeanette's vlogmas, she had loads of advents. So. And then another thing that I got from my stepmom, it's actually a kit to make like scrappy socks. So it's a kit to do the gathered socks kit by Woolen Knots. So they're just scrappy socks. There's a pattern with it, and you've got a little tea bag. Ireland's oldest, I don't know, some kind of breakfast, Belfast tea. I'm not a tea drinker, but somebody will appreciate that. And a cookie and some light bulb stitch markers. But there is 20 mini skeins. I think are they 5 or 10 gram? 5 grams, yeah. So there's 100 grams in total, and they're 5 grams of minis. And what I'm thinking of doing is, I mean, they're beautiful, the colours. What I'm thinking of doing is, I've got some 5 gram minis from Cuddle Bum, I think it is. So I might just throw in another 4 from those, and then just bag them up, because I'll forget and make an advent calendar for next year, and then do scrappy socks for next Christmas. I'm thinking that's what I might do. They're lovely, so nice. The colours, that reminds me of like rhubarb and custard. This one's one of my favourites though. Isn't that lovely? So yes, that's what I'm thinking of doing. But obviously I'll keep the pattern. Cuff down version. So yes, that's from Woolen Knots. I'll put a link below. Timeless traditional hand knit designs from Northern Ireland. Beautiful. So that was another incoming. And then one more thing. Oh, I forgot to, oh, they're upstairs, but I'll tell you in a minute. Another thing I bought for myself is a book. And this, I got it off Amazon, and it's by the Stitching Cabinet. It's called The Knitter's Almanac 2025. And it's a journal. Might you fill in yourself, but I'm not using mine for knitting. Well, it does actually say it says Knitter's Almanac for knitting and crochet, but I'm thinking of using it for all my crafting. So I'll show you how it looks, and then if there's a particular page that you'd like that you've used more than others, you know, then you could just copy the page and you know, make your own journal next year. So yeah, this is like a monthly overview that you get throughout. And then you get a log with all the little dotted squares. So you do whatever you like in there. And then you've got February, little heart buttons, and then a notes. So at the beginning, this is like the year. Hold on, just bear with me. Should have put some markers in here. Oop, where are you? December. Yeah. And then it get after the month, there's a section here for your goals, knitting goals or whatever goals. And then there's like a tick list. So you can check off what you've done, not done, by quarter, January, February, March. And then I like this. This is a tracker. So, you know, you can colour it in or write something, whatever you like. And then this is one of my favourites as well, the year at a glance. So anyway, there's loads and loads of pages with this. And then it's also, it starts off with 26 agenda. So it's not, there's a lot of blank pages as well at the back, so you can do your own journaling. Oh, that's nice. Wish list. That's great, especially if you're for Christmas ideas, accomplishments and finishes. But I think you could use it for any crafting. So I've not sat down with it, but I'm going to start because I have got some plans. But I thought I'd just mention that it doesn't have to be for knitting or crochet. It can be for absolutely anything. I think anything crafting. And as I said, if there's like a particular layout that you like, you can reproduce it yourself in your own blank journal book. So I thought I'd give it a go. It's not the best kind of quality, but it's okay. It's not bad. I don't remember the price of it. It wasn't expensive. But you can also, I got it off Amazon, but you can also get it from stitchingcabin.com. So, plans. How we're doing. I don't want it to be a really, really long podcast this time. Because, you know, a lot of you are still catching up on watching all the December crafty stuff, aren't you? So, plans. I did have some cotton yarn that I bought, but I've left it upstairs because I saw that Garlane, who's the kitchen sink knitter, I think kitchen sink knitter or kitchen sink shop. Oh my gosh, I always forget. Garlane, I'll put a link below. I saw on Instagram that Garlane's doing the year of dishcloths again. So if you sign up to her newsletter, every month you get a dishcloth, knitted dishcloth pattern, and I've been doing them for years. I didn't do a lot last year because I was just, you know, life was just crazy busy, but I'm definitely going to be doing some this year. This year she had the last 2 years she did recipes, baking or savoury recipes. I've shown the dishcloth on the channel before, so I'll put a link below if you want to do that, join in every month. It's really good fun. It's like you get a little gift every month. So I bought some new cotton in particular for doing that. The other thing, planning wise, I made a start. It doesn't look it on camera, but I've cleared a lot of my craft room out, and I need to do a lot more because I've bought like an office closet, and it's basically like a bookshelf behind doors, and then the desk folds out. And I've got a Billy bookcase on that wall, and so the office will fit exactly where the Billy bookcase is. And then the plan is that I can free up my bigger table back to be my sewing table, so I can start doing more sewing again this year. So they're all in boxes. They arrived as Daxter got sick and they've stayed in their boxes. So that's a plan. Sort out my craft room. Then the other thing, it's quite exciting. I'm telling you now because it starts on Friday, and hopefully this is uploaded in real time before Friday. If you follow, I think it's Lucy from Attic 24. If you remember, a couple of years ago, I did the Yuletide blanket, like Mal make along crochet blanket, and I didn't finish mine at the same time, but I did finish the blanket, and I love it. Everybody admires it. Lucy, the way she curates colours is fantastic. It's a gift in itself. Anyway, it popped up on my Instagram feed, and I then coincidentally I was watching Helen from Mousy Makes Pod, and I think she is also going to do it. she's got a new make along coming out this Friday, so in January, and it's the canal boat blanket. And she gives you the list of you can crochet it in Starcraft Special DK. You can buy yarn packs, but she just gives you the colours. So wherever you are in the world, if you can't buy the pack, you can just go to your local supplier. And then she also does, she's given a suggestion for another type of yarn this year. I've gone for Starcraft. So hopefully it should be here by Friday. The colours are beautiful. And the reason I've decided to go along with it is it's a striped blanket. And what put me off with the Yuletide is it was a granny. And you just kept going round and round. Well, you know, when a granny square gets really, really big, it can take you like a whole night just to finish one row. And that's what just put me off. Don't get me wrong, it's stunning. I love it. But stripes can keep up with. So have a look. I'll put a link below to Lucy's website. And it's the canal boat blanket. So I'm excited for that. I don't know if my pack will be here in time. And what I did see, I still ordered it anyway, was 2 of the colours were out of stock. One of them wasn't expected till February. I'm pretty sure, if the memory serves me right, that the 2 colours that won't arrive in this order, I've got like half a ball from the Yuletide blanket leftover wool. There was quite a bit left over from that. And then, so the reason I was showing you the little sewing kit is popped up on my Facebook feed last year that there was going to be in Utrecht here in the Netherlands a teddy bear and antique toy fair, which I've been to before. And actually, the very first bear, I've just stabbed myself with a needle. The very first bear I bought was from a teddy bear fair that I was at. I didn't go to the fair. I went to a dollhouse and miniature fair with my friend Antoinette, and there was a hall next to it that you could just walk in. And we had a look literally at the end of the day just before it closed. And then we were like, oh, you could buy kits for dolls and teddies. And so the reason I'm showing you that is this company, I can't remember the name of it now. There's no point showing you because the website's not working. But I saw that they're going to be, what do you call it? Didn't get the Dutch word. A stand holder or exhibitionist, is it? At the Teddy Bear Fair. And so we've got tickets. It's at the end of January. I will film a bit. I don't know, I think that might be on the vlog channel though. But then I got another notification after I bought the ticket that it's a teddy bear fair, antique toy fair and dollhouse and miniature fair. So there's 4 halls and the ticket, I think it was like €8 or something. We can go into all of them. So we're going, Antoinette and I are going. So do some more like kits, teddy bear kits and dollhouse things. If you're new, I do have a very, very old dollhouse that I've been doing up for years. We bought it just before COVID, actually. It was my COVID project, which it was fantastic. So I've been to a fair few dollhouse fairs since then. I didn't do any work on it last year, but I'd just love to go to these fairs. They're so magical. So yes, in the next podcast, hopefully in the beginning of February, I can share, maybe I've bought some things, some more kits, we'll see. So that's future plans. Long-term plans, I'm trying not to make too many. I'm hoping that I can just at least make a start. I don't want to be a slave to this, but make a start and just trying to get to handle with all my crafting because it's out of control. I mean, the amount of stuff and money I've spent over the last 12 months on, and I'm just not making anything. So I want it to be a bit more focused and less pressure on myself. So I think that's it. How we're doing, not too lengthy. As I said, links below, or I'll just put a bit of text in the description box. And I hope you're all well. I hope you've not also succumbed to this horrible flu or whatever's going around at the moment. When I mentioned about being sick in my last, in the first weekly vlog of 25, many of the viewers there said they've been sick or family members were sick with it. But yeah, and then let me know, have you got any crafty plans this year? What are you going to try a new craft? If so, let me know. Feel free to enable me. I'm very, very easily enabled, unfortunately. And yeah, what did you do? Did you have any nice makes that you did over Christmas? Did you gift anything? You know, who did you enjoy watching? Did you watch any vlogmases over Christmas? I'm still catching up. But anyway, that's it. The year has begun. So I hope it's a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please could you do that? Join our little community. We're slowly growing. And make friends below. Say hello. And yeah, feel free to just share away. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye for now.